All right, so I'm gonna get a video chance to upload, but this is basically, Trump and the G answers Cardi B's recession question. So, um, give it a second too. Um, but the economy is so poor that you have celebrities asking questions about the recession and when the next recession is going to be reported by the government. Cardi B is pretty smart, actually, for celebrities. She's very well read. She talks about the books she's read. And you can tell by the topics she likes to discuss and what she finds interesting that she's pretty intelligent. And I know she's very humorous, but um, underneath all that, she's kind of smart. She's very smart, and she got to where she is on talent and also, humor and being witty. So, um, presidential candidate Bernie Sanders has interviewed her in the past to help connect with the public. He's also worked with Killer Mike to help connect with the public. And, former President Obama used celebrities like rappers and entertainers and comedians to connect with the public. So Cardi B is now a public figure, and her tweet about the recession went viral and triggered a bunch of articles about, when the next recession is going to be reported. So I'm going to share my screen to show the tweet that she put up. All right. So here you go. So it says here, when y'all think they're going to announce that we're going into a recession, and that triggered a bunch of articles um, about the next recession. That's a good question. Obviously, she watches Trump and the GE because we've been talking about the economy for a while, how poor it is, and recently we've been talking about we are going into a recession shortly and when it would be announced, and sort of speculating on when it would be announced. So she obviously watches Trump and the GE religiously, and we appreciate the attention. I wish she would have shouted us out in the tweet, but we'll take what we can get at this point. So um, we're here to help her with the answer. In almost one of my previous shows last week, we actually discussed that same point when the next recession is going to be announced. So here goes. I'm just going to share a screen with the commentary for when we think the next recession will be announced. I'm Shock Exchange, of course, and I have with me Mr. Mitchell. And this is Trump and the GE. The Supreme Court guts a lifeline for prisoners who claim wrongful conviction. So seems to be a major theme going on here. The Supreme Court is flexing its muscles. It's almost like when they have the lead, all of a sudden, when guys have the lead on a sporting event, all of a sudden they want to point to the scoreboard, but when they're behind, they're quiet. So the Supreme Court, the conservative wing of the Supreme Court has the lead now. They have a lot of firepower, and they're flexing their muscles, and they're letting everybody know we're in charge now. It seems like, but as far as the economy is concerned, it's pretty much the same old, same old. I think it will be official in a couple of weeks. At the end of June, we'll know whether we are technically in a recession. Q1 GDP, the first report, GDP fell 1.4%. They readjusted it to a decline to like 1.5% after they had more official numbers or more data to show that Q1 fell 1.5%. If it falls to Q2, we are officially in a recession. And then it opens up a can of worms because will Biden continue, or will the Fed continue with their rate hikes? Will Biden adjust some of his policies and some of the rhetoric? I think as long as we're not technically. Okay, so there you go. So Q1, the GDP fell 1.5%. If GDP falls for 2 consecutive quarters, that's a recession. That's the technical definition of a recession. We think it will. Trump and G. We think it will decline in Q2, and which is the end of June. Q2 ends at the end of this month, Q1 GDP results were announced on April 28th, which is about almost like 30 days after the end of the quarter, and it likely will be announced at the end of sometime at the end of July. So we think around July 28th, July 27th, July 30th, what have you. The government will announce Q2 GDP results, which will likely show a decline, which means that we are in a recession. So that's the answer to Cardi B's questions. At the end of July, we expect the government to announce that we are in a recession, officially in a recession. So nobody else can answer that question, but we just did. So Cardi B is more than welcome and hot off the presses. So we're giving Cardi B July's information in June, so she can now adjust her investment portfolio or her spending habits, and also maybe alert the public to what she learned from Trump and the GE. So that's Trump and the GE answers Cardi B's recession question. Thanks for joining. Thank you.